Let's check out this video. This is our first time watching it. So a 23-year-old girl moved to Japan from California. Let's check it out.
When I landed in Tokyo for the first time, something about it felt right.
You look right.
What surprised me the most about the cost of living in Japan is being able to afford everything on my own.
What's a Japanese
I heard
7-Eleven
Japan's
without
expensive,
a giant
but I don't
variety
know.
of cup ramen? That's like 80 cents.
I guess it depends what you're eating.
I'm living alone. I've never been able to live alone. That was my dream. Welcome to my Japanese apartment.
Looks dope.
There's a lot of space out here. I just don't really know what to do with it. It's too hot to go outside.
Just like me.
I'm Ashley Peters. I'm 23 years old and I moved to Tokyo, Japan in January 2025.
Shibuya ni suita.
Currently, I live in Kanagawa. My city is Nakahara. From Shibuya, it's about a 15-minute train ride, so it's really close to the center of Tokyo.
Shibuya.
I grew up in Irvine, California, in Southern California. Until high school, I never really had interest in travel at all, actually. I thought that I wanted to stay in America my entire life. Going abroad didn't even occur to me until after I graduated college, and I found that I could become an English teacher in Japan. Saw a TikTok,
Yeah,
I looked up teaching English in Japan, and then I applied to the first one that I saw. And that same weekend,
So many people start off their journey by teaching English. That's actually what I'm getting into as well. I already started online, but that is like a legit way to get started. I recommend that if you want to start traveling.
I interviewed, and then a week after, I got the job. My mom actually helped me move to Japan.
She said she wants to go home. We
Okay, that's not fair. Her mom look Asian.
just got here.
I was working as an English teacher from February to August. I was making 277,000 yen a month. The hours were a little difficult, and then I quit.
Quitter.
Now I'm doing social media content for a language app. I'm also working as a digital marketing assistant as a freelancer. So right now we're in Shibuya and we're on top of this building called Miyashita Park. And my favorite Starbucks is here.
Fuck Starbucks. They got
For the
Starbucks
social media
everywhere.
content with the language app, I make $175 a week, so $700 a month. For the digital marketing assistant, I make $25 an hour. It ranges from 10 hours to 20 hours a week. In California, I was living in a one-bedroom apartment with my boyfriend, and I believe our rent was close to $2,800, split between the two of us. But in Japan, I pay 74,460 yen a month.
That's great.
Welcome to my Japanese apartment. There's no stove, but that's okay. I have an electric stove right here. In Japan, you need to separate your trash. So I bought this thing from Amazon to separate all of my trash. Very convenient. I can only take cardboard boxes out on Saturdays, and it's Thursday. So these boxes will be in my apartment for 2 more days, and I can't do anything
I
about
wonder
it.
if she works out. She got some nice
Bathroom
thighs.
area. Their bathrooms always include a bath because it is very prominent in Japanese culture to take a hot bath every
Amen.
single night.
I'll be soaking in that
Next
every night.
is my separate toilet from the sink. Laundry machine right here. I installed a pole to hang dry since it's really uncommon for Japanese apartments to have dryers. Next, coming
I thought that was
through
a
my
stripper pole.
sliding doors is the living area. If you follow me to the balcony, something that is different in Japan, I'm not used to, metal panels for blocking out sunlight since Japanese summers are extremely hot.
Can't
And
be hot in
then my
Texas.
favorite part of the apartment, the reason that I bought it, was because of the tatami room. Usually these rooms are used for tea ceremonies, but I wanted to feel like I was living the Japanese anime life, so I put my bed in here.
That's dope.
For electricity, it depends on the season. In the winter, I was paying like 1,500 yen, but now it's closer to 5,000 yen. For gas, I pay 1,200 yen a month. For Wi-Fi, I pay around 5,910 yen a month.
That's not bad.
Sushi roll. In California, I budget tracked like crazy. I literally wrote down every single expense. I would limit how often I eat out. Sometimes I'm not gonna say, I just like don't eat because I didn't want to pay. But here, if I'm hungry, like I just eat. Salmon, avocado.
That's what I love about other countries, especially like Asia. Like when you're hungry, food's so cheap. Usually it's gonna be something with some rice, and you just eat, bro. Like y'all just gotta go if you haven't been. Get out of this country.
Onion, mayo. Limited area special. Salty pork ribs and tuna. Another thing that I really like about living in Japan is the convenience store culture. They have packaged chicken and produce. Now we're at one of the most popular convenience stores in Japan, which is none other than 7-Eleven.
Yeah, baby.
What's a Japanese 7-Eleven without a giant variety of cup ramen? Most of these sandwiches range from 250 yen anywhere to 410. You could really make an entire meal just off of convenience store foods. Okay, here's everything that we got from 7-Eleven. So first things first, onigiri, protein shake, chocolate, bread, Bacardi Sweat to stay hydrated with electrolytes. And I got all of this for $5.95.
Damn.
Pretty good haul if I do say so myself. I would say it's really safe in Japan. When I was working like late nights, I would go to the gym after I got home from work.
Yup, I knew you
So
worked
there's
out.
multiple nights that
knew
I would
it.
get home around 1 a.m., especially as a woman. I would never do that back home in California, but it's a really safe area where I live. One of the biggest challenges moving here is definitely the language barrier and also adjusting to the difference in bureaucracy. And because I don't speak Japanese and because they're using really specific Japanese words, it makes it really difficult to communicate situations, especially since I left my job. There's also procedures for that. They don't like to leave the mail outside your door if you're not home. But because I don't speak Japanese, it's difficult. There's a lot of procedures for getting a bank account in Japan. Thankfully, my company settled that for me, but there's been already multiple times where like I'll type in my PIN code wrong 2 times, and then unless I go to the bank in person and I ask them to fix it, I just can't use my card. I'm currently in that situation. I haven't been able to pull out cash for like 2 months because I just don't want to go to the bank because I'm scared. Doctor's appointments too. There was a time that I needed to schedule an online phone call with a doctor, but that didn't go well because we couldn't understand each other, so I just didn't get the medicine. There's actually a lot. Maybe some differences.
Yeah, if you don't speak the language of Japan, there's no mercy for you. Like, they ain't gonna try to pander to you. You either gotta use like Google Translate or one of another translation app, but they don't give no fucks. Like, you don't speak like Japanese. So, hint, hint.
Between here and the United States. Bullet points. I rely on AI a lot actually to help me navigate through the language barrier in situations like this and making friends and asking them for help. So there has been times where I've had my Japanese friends like call my phone carrier or call my bank for me. I don't know, I think I just like living here enough to deal with it. Also because it kind of motivates me to learn the language more. When I was working full time, I never had the time to do that. And now that I have flexible jobs, I can study the language more. My social life here is definitely less than when I was in America, just because it is a little harder to make friends. You have to really go out of your way. And I'm extroverted, so it's okay.
Yo, as I was just telling y'all, in Japan they ain't gonna pander to you. Like if you can't speak the language, and also it's already like they already got like their friend knit group, so it's hard to just come in and penetrate like their friends that they already got. So you can, but it's not that easy. There's other countries that are much better for making friends. Japan ain't like they're very respectful, but that's just like the surface level. You ain't gonna get too deep with them.
But it gets tiring here because I can afford my rent and I can afford living by myself. It's a lot easier to pursue things that I'm interested, like studying the language and doing my own content, when I'm not constantly worried about, okay, how am I gonna pay rent next month? Now that I'm here, I'm just trying to like appreciate every single day that I'm here, because unless you're a permanent resident, you kind of have to keep renewing your visa. And I think in the long term, I don't want to keep dealing with those bureaucratic processes, especially since I mentioned that it's really
Big
difficult to
word.
do if you don't speak the language. That's why I just want to enjoy every single day while I'm here.
Alright, yeah, she's not living too bad. Rent ain't that much, making pretty good money. And it seems like the quality of life is straight. What y'all thinking? If you like this type of content, please like, comment, and subscribe. Holla, baby.